Now I'm going to ask you a question. It's a very simple question, but watch what it can do. Are you sure? What if you're wrong? Now see how planting doubt in somebody's mind can so easily make them second guess their decisions and whether or not they're doing the right thing? This is exactly what the suits on Wall Street are doing right now, and they're using almost every media outlet possible to get this message across that investors are moving on. They no longer care about GameStop. They no longer care about AMC, and they're not behind. There's no such thing as the movement. They're not behind these stocks anymore. They got in, they got out, they made their quick profit, and the whole story's over. This is absolutely not true, but this is what they're doing, and they're trying to scare the retail investor away from what's actually happening here. Now, in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about this, kind of what's going on, what tactics they're using, whether or not you should continue to hold the line if you're already invested in GameStop or AMC, and if you're not invested, whether or not it's a position that you should be buying and getting behind. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. We're going to grow our portfolios together, and we're just going to grow together. Now, if you like the content on this channel, please don't forget to click that like button. If the subscribe button is still red, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and become a bro. All right, now it doesn't seem like you can go 5 minutes these days without hearing something about GameStop or AMC or the short squeeze that's happening on Wall Street right now and these hedge funds that are losing money. It's hitting the homes of Americans. It's hitting the homes of people all over the world on local news channels. If you invest, it's all over the websites where you can get your financial information. It seems like everybody's talking about it. But guess what's happening? There's a lot of misinformation that's being spread out there. There's a lot of people and a lot of news outlets saying that WallStreetBets and these people are moving on to different things. GameStop's an old story. The next thing is silver. The next thing is crypto. And you're going to have a lot of people chasing that next thing, right? They think that it's too late to get into the current thing, so they're going to be listening to these new news outlets and chasing that next thing. Well, that's absolutely not the case. I'm going to start scrolling a couple screenshots of WallStreetBets, their subreddit right here, so you can actually see what's going on and whether or not these outlets and these media outlets are really reporting on the true story here. So as these scroll by, just take a look at how many people are supporting what's going on and supporting this movement and buying shares of GameStop and holding shares of GameStop and buying shares of AMC and holding shares of AMC. It's the easiest way to distract your enemy is if you sow those seeds of doubt and you sow that fear in them to make them give up, move on, and the battle is that much easier won. Look, this is a worldwide movement at this point. People are investing in AMC, people are investing in GameStop because they want to see these hedge funds pay for what they've been doing. The market manipulation and the leverage that they've been using for probably since the beginning of investing started has to come to an end at some point, or they will control the markets and they will control really anything that goes on. The money makes the rules, right? That's exactly what they're doing right now. And it's hard to watch these big guys and these guys on Wall Street always win out because they've got the money and they are able to make these rules. Well, not anymore. Look, shares of AMC are around $11, $12 a share right now. GameStop after market is below the $200 line and it closed down around 30% today. Is it time to panic sell and get out of these positions? Look, if you already have a position in either GameStop or AMC and you're watching it fall, if you're getting nervous, here's one thing you have to ask yourself. Are you overextended? Have you invested too much in either one of these companies? Look, this isn't going to say that you have paper hands or anything like that. Let's take a little look at the numbers right now. GameStop has roughly 70 million shares outstanding, okay? If you're overinvested, it's not to say that you've got paper hands if you can't afford to lose what you have invested. We've got brothers and sisters all over this world that are just lined up, waiting to join the fight, waiting to join the battle between the retail investor and Wall Street. It's okay if you have to hold a fraction of the positions you have right now. But look, hold the positions that you can hold Hold that line and don't let go of the end goal. Now, what's the end goal? The end goal is to watch Wall Street squeeze and watch their profits disappear in this short squeeze. That's the end goal, right? We want to make sure that Wall Street gets the message and that the retail investor now has the power. How do we do this? If you're overextended, make sure to only hold what you can hold. If you need to get out of a position, don't ever go to bed wondering and worrying that you're not going to be able to wake up in the morning because you've lost so much money. No, there are people lined up. There are people lined up to have your back, buy that position, and hold it. Think, there's 70 million shares outstanding. If you can only afford one share, that's only 70 million people across the entire world that needs to get on board before all of the shares are held and all of the shares aren't going to be for sale. Think about that. It's not that crazy to think that 70 million out of 7 billion people could hold the lines. Looking at AMC, AMC is trading around, $11 per share? Now, yes, there are a lot more AMC shares outstanding. I think it's somewhere around 300 to 330 million shares outstanding. But at $10, $11 per share, think of all of the people that if we just held one share could hold on, hold the lines, have those diamond hands, and for the price of a movie ticket, they could really show these people on Wall Street and really show these suits that this isn't just something. This isn't just a fad that took place over 1-2 weeks and now it's in and out. It's gone. That's not what's happening here. This is a hold the line battle between the retail investor and Wall Street. And if we all get on board, if we all hold just one share of AMC, if that's all you can afford, if you can afford GameStop and you can hold one share, the battle's already won. Guys, the battle happens and the win takes place when we're all willing to have each other's back. We're all willing to hold the position, hold the line. And yes, I know you're going to hear from a lot of people that diamond hands seem silly, to the moon seems silly. But if you just think about it from a supply and demand perspective, when these companies and when these institutions have to go back and purchase these shares, when they are required to purchase back the short positions and nobody is willing to sell, here's what happens. If GameStop is trading at $200 a share, right? Nobody's willing to sell. They have to up the price. If nobody's willing to sell at $300 per share, they have to offer more. If nobody's willing to sell at $400 per share, they have to offer more until people are absolutely willing, that number is so large that people can't say no anymore. That is what has to take place. A lot of people think, they might not understand the concept of short selling and shorting a stock and a short squeeze. But look, that's it in a nutshell. These institutions and these hedge funds shorted these stocks with the obligation to buy them back at some point. Now, they absolutely have to buy these shares back. And if everybody's just holding one share and they're holding out and they're saying, no, that's not enough. I can't take that price for this share. I can't take that price for this share. The price has to come up until people become willing to take the price for that share. And they have to buy it back. So that's where holding the line comes into play. That's where driving the price comes into play with this short squeeze. And it's that simple, guys. It's supply and demand. If you hold the supply and the demand is already there, we know that they have to buy them. So the demand is definitely there. And if you hold the supply and aren't willing to let it go, the price has to come up. It's economics 101, supply and demand 101, and that is exactly what we're doing here. Wall Street will have to pay a price that is so big that they can't afford it, and the battle is won. Now, guys, here's what I want to know. I want to know who has AMC in their portfolio. Who has GameStop in their portfolio? Because a lot of people seem to be getting nervous lately. The news outlets out there are trying to spread this misinformation. They're trying to deter us and deceive us in spreading doubt to keep us from investing in these companies and think that this isn't actually a movement, that this was a pump and dump kind of thing and people are already moving on to the next thing. when it's absolutely not true. So guys, spread that love down in the comments below. Let us know if you're holding the line. Let us know if this is something you believe in. Inspire the rest of us to do the same thing, because we need it, and we need it bad right now. We need to know that you have our backs, that we have brothers and sisters across the world that are willing to hold this line with us, and we're not going to be deceived and scared into selling these positions and allowing Wall Street to win this battle. So guys, let us know and just be there for us, right? Now, if you like the content on this channel, please don't forget to click that like button. If the subscribe button is still red, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, become a bro, and let's grow together. And if you have not entered the market yet and you're thinking about buying shares of GameStop, buying shares of AMC, or really any stock for that matter, there's a link in the description down below for Webull. You guys can get 4 free stocks just for signing up and making a deposit in your account. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to use that link down in the description below. And if you want to get behind this cause and you really want to help this movement, but you're not yet ready to make that investment and buy either GameStop or AMC yet, what can you do? One of the best ways to help out is just share this video and let people know what's actually going on. If all they ever see are the news and media outlets saying that the movement's over, that people are getting scared and they're moving on and all of that, when it's just not true, obviously that's the only thing they're going to believe, because that's the only thing they see. So let somebody know what's happening. Either share this video with them or tell them yourselves. And until the next time, I hope that all of you guys have an awesome day.